July. The other events that were scheduled for this division were rained out. So Scott drew the pole for heat number 1 today. Wayne Dutterer Jr. will be on the outside of the front row in car number 39. Row number 2, inside third starting spot, will be the 16 of Tyler Kaler out of Gardners, Pennsylvania. Starting fourth will be the 63 of Dave Benner from Danville, Pennsylvania. Third row, inside fifth starting spot out of Hanover will be Mike Racine in the 1M. Logan Jones out of Hagerstown, Maryland will be in the 5J. He'll start sixth. Fourth row inside, seventh starting spot, racing out of York will be Chris Nicole in the 25N. Kelby Freese out of Chambersburg will start in the 8th spot in car number 21 and scheduled to start at the back of the pack. In car number 93 from Danville will be Evan Benner in the 93. So we have 9 cars scheduled to start. 8 laps will make up the distance. Again, 5 will qualify out of each of the 4 heats for the East Coast Legends here today. And the Legends drivers in heat number 1 are making their way to the track. And the Sioka Automotive Group Dodge Ram 2500 pace truck for the 2025 season is waiting for them on the backstretch. Field taking its 2x2 formation behind the Sioka pace truck. We'll make a lap or two and then go racing here for the first time this afternoon. These Legends cars are powered by Yamaha water-cooled engines, 135 horsepower, 6-speed transmission. And before we go racing, we need all of our track officials to please go to Channel 1 today. Track officials, please turn your two-way radios to Channel 1 for today. These cars are fuel injected, weigh about 1,100 pounds. Colton Freese is the defending series champion. And Colton is scheduled to come out in heat number 3 today, starting in the 7th spot in car number 7. He's the defending series champion. And of course, this series is owned by the Freese family. Once again, we need all of our track officials to please go to Channel 1 today. Channel 1 for our track officials. Fans, coming up this Saturday here at the Speedway, an open-wheel doubleheader. The 358 sprint cars will make their season debut along with the 410 sprint cars, and we will go to a 6 o'clock start this coming Saturday, March 15th. 410 sprints and 358 sprints. Should be a great field in both divisions this coming Saturday, again at 6 o'clock. Same show in 2 weeks from this weekend, March 22nd at 6 o'clock, 410s, 358s, and then the Speedway will close out the month of March on the 29th with 410 sprint cars and wingless super sportsmen. Yeah, it looks like we're getting the 1 lap sign, so we're going to go racing the next time around. The Sioka Pace Truck will leave the speedway off turn number 2.
Yes, got copy.
Chalk line down there in turn number 4. That'll be the start zone for today. Pace truck is in. Green will come out as the field moves down the backstretch 2 by 2. Ready to come out you, Scott Hotteshell. A winner last season here at the Speedway on the pole in the 5S alongside of him. Wayne Dutterer Jr. We got Tyler Kaler, Dave Benner, Mike Racine, Logan Jones, Chris Nickel, Kelby Freese, and Evan Benner all scheduled to start this one, and we are underway. Green flag up in the air. And it's going to be Hotteshell taking him out of turn number 2 and down the backstretch. Single file here on the first of 8 laps. 5 will qualify. Top 5 will transfer. And it's going to be Hotteshell leading the first lap with the 39 of Wayne Dutterer Jr. chasing him back into turns 1 and 2. Dutterer being challenged by the 1M of Mike Racine, as they are close for second coming off turn 4. Here's your leader, Scott Hotteshell. Race for second between the 39 of Dutterer and the 1M of Racine. And they are side by side, racing for second now in the backstretch. Hotteshell points him out of turn 4 down the front stretch. 3 laps down, 5 to go. Logan Jones is 4th. He's trying to join the battle at the front. That's the 5J of Logan Jones in 4th. Still got a race for second, and it looks like the 1M of Racine gets by Dutterer. We'll see if he can find enough speed to catch the 5S now. Three laps to go. So we got 5 down and 3 to go. Hotteshell in command of the field. Mike Racine in the 1M is going to try to track him down, but he's running out of time. It'll be 2 laps to go this time. 2 to go as they reach the start-finish line. So we got the top 5 coming off turn 4, 1 to go, and it's the 5 of Scott Hotteshell with the lead. Looks like Racine is going to run out of time, trying to close it up here in the final laps. Hotteshell dives into turn number 3. He's going to bring it off turn number 4, looking for the checkered flag, and he will win the first heat this afternoon for the Legends. East Coast Legends heat number 1 will go to Scott Hotteshell. So fans, your top 5 qualifiers out of heat number 1 for the East Coast Legends. Scott Hotteshell wins it by 1.047 seconds over Mike Racine in the 1M. Getting third was the 39 of Wayne Dutterer Jr., 4th the 5J of Logan Jones, and Kelby Freese will get that 5th and final transfer spot out of the first heat. All right, fans, here's the starting lineup for heat number 2. On the pole from Lebanon will be the 66 of Donald Stout. Matt Graby out of Mercersburg. Outside pole position in car number 72. Scheduled to go third on the inside of row 2. Out of Fairfield will be the 30K of Seth Kirshner. Jeremy Ott from Carlisle will line up fourth in the 10. Third row inside fifth starting spot from Littlestown in car number 51, Travis McClelland. Going sixth from Stevens, Pennsylvania in car number 25, Eric Hurst. Fourth row inside seventh starting spot from York will be the 11R of Scott Musselman. Sean Abney out of Pasadena, Maryland will go eighth in the 26. Fifth and final row inside ninth starting spot from St. Thomas, the 43M of Andrew Mowen. And scheduled to go 10th in the 39W from St. Thomas, Ryan Walls, bringing up the rear of the field. This is heat number 2. Sprint car drivers in the first heat, we'd like you to pre-stage and be ready to push out. We'll go with 3 consecutive sprint car heats up next, and then we'll come back with the 2 remaining East Coast Legends heat races. Fans, we had a few late arrivals in the East Coast Legends. That brings our car count for the Legends today to 39 entries. 39 entries for their season opener here in the Northeast. Pace truck coming in, green coming out. This time the field 2 by 2, heading down the backstretch, coming around to the start zone where we will turn them loose for 8 laps of racing here around the 3/8 mile. Again, 5 will transfer into today's 20-lap main event. Green flag is out, and here they come, the Legends down the front chute. The 66, our pole sitter, Donald Stout, drifted a little high down there in turns 1 and 2, and that allowed the 30K of Seth Kirshner to get underneath him and grab that early race lead. Here they come out of turn 4. Seth Kirshner in command of the field. 3-car battle for second out of turn 2. Jeremy Ott in car number 10 is up to second, looking for more as they come down the front stretch to complete lap number 2. 6 to go. The 51 of Travis McClelland working the bomb of the racetrack down there in turns 1 and 2, and he advances to third. Can he catch the leaders now? Here they come out of turn 4. We got 3 laps down and 5 to go in heat number 2. Down the backstretch. Jeremy Ott closing in on Seth Kirshner. Here they come, halfway, 4 laps down and 4 to go. Top 2 breaking away from the pack as they race off the 4th turn. It'll be 5 laps down and 3 to go. Seth Kirshner being chased by Jeremy Ott back into turn number 3. He's closing in as the laps wind down. It'll be 2 to go. Ott is showing some speed and closing in on Seth Kirshner for that front spot. Racing a distant third, that is Sean Abney in car number 26. He's 2.5 seconds off the leaders. As the white flag falls, here's the race for the lead. Kirshner and Ott, 0.21 of a second separating the top 2 drivers, and it's close down the backstretch. Who's got it? Kirshner and Ott, bumper to bumper through 3 and 4. Checkered flag will fall, And the win in heat number 2 goes to Seth Kirshner in a close one over Jeremy Ott by just 0.10 of a second. What a drive by both Kirshner and Ott, as Ott made a last-ditch effort to catch the leader. He caught him, but he just couldn't get around him. 0.10 of a second was the margin of victory. Seth Kirshner taking the win in heat number 2, driver of the 30K, over Jeremy Ott in car number 10. Sean Abney finishing third. He was a distant 3.9 seconds behind the leaders. Fourth spot to the 51 of Travis McClelland, and getting the fifth and final transfer position was the 39W of Andrew Moen. All right, fans, 410 sprint cars beginning to push to the Speedway for the first of 3 10-lap qualifiers. And this is the way they're going to line up for heat number 1. Again, the driver is Drew Pills to determine their starting positions again today. And drawing the pill for the pole position in heat number 1 from Warrington, Pennsylvania, making his first start of the season in car number 55, Dominic Miller. Outside pole position from Fawn Grove, a feature winner last season here at the Speedway, driving the X, Matt Campbell. Row number 2, inside third starting spot, a 2-time winner last season here at Lincoln Speedway from Elverson, Pennsylvania, in the 5E, Aaron Bollinger. And starting alongside the 5E in the 48, he was runner-up 2 weeks ago in the season opener from Gettysburg. In car number 48, Double D, Danny Dietrich. Row number 3, inside fifth starting spot from Mechanicsburg, driving the 5W, Lucas Wolf. And flanking Wolf in the 6th starting spot from Lincoln University, driving the 5R, Tyler Ross. 4th row, inside 7th starting spot, racing up Aspers in car number 8, Billy Dietrich. And alongside Dietrich, in the 8th starting position from Vincenttown, New Jersey, in car 67W, Justin Whittle. 5th row, inside 9th starting spot from Enola in the 2D, Jordan Givler. And scheduled to start 10th, racing out of York, making his first start of the season in the 69 today, will be Tim Gleifelder. Sprint cars getting underway for the first of 3 10-lap qualifiers this afternoon. Top 6 will transfer directly into today's 30-lap main event. 2 weeks ago, in the Icebreaker, the season opener, Jeff Halligan, Brock Zierfoss, and Freddie Raymer picked up heat race wins. Of course, the Icebreaker went to Chase Dietz in his new ride for the 2025 racing season. 2 weeks ago, it was Chase Dietz the winner, his first Icebreaker. Danny Dietrich was second. Troy Wogman, the defending track champion, third. Brent Marks was fourth. Aaron Bollinger rounded out the top 5 2 weeks ago. Jeff Halligan, Freddie Raymer, Brock Zierfoss, Matt Campbell, and Anthony Macri rounded out the top 10 in that season opening race here at Lincoln Speedway. Of course, Troy Wogman Jr. is the defending track champion in the Hefner Racing Enterprises number 27. He scored 2 wins here at Lincoln, 4,375 points. That clinched the championship. That was his first career track title in sprint car racing. Freddie Raymer finished second in the point standings, had a single win here at Lincoln last season. Matt Campbell was third in the points, 2-time winner. Aaron Bollinger finished last year fourth in the points with 2 wins, and Cameron Smith rounded out the top 5 in the point standings with 1 win here at the track. And of course, Chase Dietz is your point leader automatically going into today. As we get the 1-lap sign, we're going to go green the next time around with the first 410 sprint car heat of the afternoon. Dominic Miller, who spent a couple of seasons in 305 sprint car racing, moving into 410 sprint car competition out of Warrington, Pennsylvania. He's on the pole in the 55. And, of course, Matt Campbell, a regular here at Lincoln Speedway for the past couple of seasons. Outside pole position, they are side by side for the ride into turn number 1. 10 laps. We're going to turn them loose in the start zone down at turn number 4. Green flag is out. Dominic Miller grabs the lead into turns 1 and 2. Danny Dietrich chases him down the backstretch. And the caution will come out for a spin just off turn number 2. And that is Justin Whittle in the 67W getting turned around. And the caution is out for a spin by Whittle in turn 2. So we'll go with a complete restart with the exception of the 67, who will have to tag on to the rear of the field for spinning over there in turn number 2. Dominic Miller got a good start, racing into the first turn from the pole position. He had Danny Dietrich right on his tail until the caution came out. And Justin Whittle finds the power and gets back underway. Whittle tags on to the rear of the field. The field comes off turn number 4, gets the 1-lap sign. We'll try it again the next time around. Dominic Miller back up on the pole. Matt Campbell outside of the front row. Aaron Bollinger starting 3rd. Danny Dietrich 4th. Lucas Wolf, Tyler Ross, first 3 rows. Miller, Campbell with a wide open view down the backstretch. Crawling into turn number 3. They're going to burst out of turn 4 looking for the green flag and a restart. This time, side by side. Here we go. Green is out. Miller again grabs the lead into turn number 1 with Dietrich chasing him down the backstretch. And they're almost 3 wide for 3rd as Aaron Bollinger drives into 3rd in the 5E. Here comes Campbell to the inside of him. Matt Campbell powers into 3rd. Ross is 4th. Side by side for the lead. Danny Dietrich on the inside. Miller on the outside. Who's got it off turn 4? Dietrich on the low side puts the 48 out in front. Danny Dietrich with the race lead off turn 2 down the backstretch, being chased now by Dominic Miller. Matt Campbell is 3rd. Tyler Ross is 4th. Lucas Wolf is 5th. And right now in the 6th and final transfer spot, it's Aaron Bollinger in the 5E. Campbell rooster tails it around the top of the racetrack in that race for 3rd with Tyler Ross. Ross is on the inside. Campbell's on the outside. Dietrich takes him down the backstretch. And Bollinger does a 360. And the caution comes out. A tough break for Aaron Bollinger. Lost the handle, did a 360 down in turns 1 and 2. So that's going to slow up the pace here in the first heat and regroup the field. With 4 laps down and 6 to go, Danny Dietrich is your race leader. Dominic Miller in 2nd. Matt Campbell is 3rd. Tyler Ross is 4th. Lucas Wolf in 5th. And it looks like the 2D of Jordan Givler will now inherit a qualifying spot. A tough break for Bollinger, who did a 360 down there in turns 1 and 2. 1 lap sign is up. We'll go green the next time. Restart will happen here on the front stretch at the cone. Danny Dietrich, the defending Central Pennsylvania Sprint Car champion, on the point in the 48. And Dominic Miller falls off the pace and parks it on the backstretch. A tough break for Dominic. So we will stay under caution and try to find out what's going on with the 55. Again, making his first start of the season here today, Dominic Miller in the 55. Tough break for Dominic Miller as he steers the 55 back into the pit area, racing second to Danny Dietrich here in this first heat today. So that will put Matt Campbell into the runner-up spot. Tyler Ross third, Lucas Wolf fourth, Jordan Givler fifth, and now inheriting a transfer spot is the 8 of Billy Dietrich. So one lap sign is up. We're going to try it again as the field paces through turns 1 and 2. Danny Dietrich on the point. Danny won 2 heat races here at the Speedway last year.
Yeah.
A feature winner in March, about a year ago exactly. So he's on the point. Field accelerates down the front stretch, passes the cone, and we are back underway. Danny Dietrich, who won his only race here at Lincoln Speedway on March 16th last year, sets the pace. Matt Campbell is second. Tyler Ross is third as they pass the line at the halfway point. 5 laps down and 5 to go. Here comes Campbell getting a run on the inside on the backstretch. Campbell showing Dietrich his colors on the backstretch, but it's going to be Dietrich who holds him off back into turn 1. Dietrich goes to the bottom of the racetrack to protect the lead. We'll see if Campbell can get another run on him. Tyler Ross is a close third. 1, 2, and 3 coming off turn 4. The leaders through the bottom of the racetrack heading down the backstretch. It'll be 2 to go when they reach the start-finish line, this time by 8 laps down, 2 to go on Danny Dietrich. And Dietrich begins to open up a little bit more daylight now in the final laps of heat number 1. Dietrich stretching his lead over Matt Campbell as the white flag comes out. Final lap coming up on Dietrich. So it's Dietrich, Campbell, Ross, Wolf, and Dietrich down the backstretch on the checkered flag lap. Danny wins it. Matt Campbell rides home second. Tyler Ross finishes third in the first heat this afternoon for the 410 sprint cars. So 410 sprint car heat races so far this season here at Lincoln Speedway, and 4 different heat winners. That was Danny Dietrich's first of the year by 1.6 seconds. Danny Dietrich the winner over Matt Campbell. Third, Tyler Ross. Fourth, Lucas Wolf. Finishing fifth, Billy Dietrich. And rounding out your top 6 transfer drivers, Jordan Givler. Fans, the top 3 finishers from each of the sprint car heats will go into the redraw. Again, the drivers are shooting not only to place in the top 6, but the top 3 to get into the redraw today.
I'm Jake Miller, owner of L&M Tire and Wheel. My family and I are passionate sprint car fans. From sponsorships to hosting races, there's no place we'd rather be than the fabulous Lincoln Speedway. L&M Tire and Wheel has been your hometown shop for tires, custom wheels, lift kits, and truck accessories for over 35 years. Our company is passionate about helping you choose a package to make your car or truck stand out from the crowd. Located right here in Abbottstown, so stop in to L&M Tire and Wheel and let us earn your business today.
All right, fans, the field pushing off for heat number 2, and this is the way they will go to the post. Starting on the pole, making his first start in the Eichelberger Racing, number 8 this afternoon from Jonestown, Brock Zierfoss. Outside pole position from Dover in the 1X, Chad Trout. Lining up third on the inside of row 2 from Wellsville, driving the 00. Also making his first start of the season today, Chris Frank. Alongside Chris, starting fourth from Hanover in car number 67, J.J. Loss. Third row inside, fifth starting spot from New Oxford in car number 6, Cole Knopp. And alongside Knopp in the 6th starting position from Mount Pocono in the 88J, Joey Amantia. Fourth row inside, 7th starting spot from New Oxford in car number 33, Gerard McIntyre. Lining up alongside McIntyre in the 1A from Hanover, Jacob Allen. 5th row inside, 9th starting spot out of Hanover in the 17, Dylan Norris. And going 10th in the 75 today from Spring Grove, Cameron Smith. Field catching up to the Sioka Automotive Group Dodge Ram 2500 Pace Truck. Sioka Automotive Group, the title sponsor for the 410 Sprint Cars during the 2025 racing season. Field taking formation. Brock Zierfoss on the pole. Of course, Brock's done a lot of racing already this season, making trips down to Florida in the family-owned 3Z. This is his first behind the wheel of the Eichelberger Racing number 8. He'll be racing the family-owned car and this machine throughout the year. Alongside of him, we got Chad Trout on the front row. I understand Cole Knopp making his first start of the season, opting to go to the rear of the field for the start of this, so we're realigning the field. Jacob Allen, who's in the field here today. Great to see Jacob back here at Lincoln Speedway. Just a week ago, last Sunday, in a World of Outlaws race down at Volusia, Jacob finished third, got a podium finish a week ago at Volusia. Looks like all 10 starters on the Speedway. 2 by 2 behind the pace truck. We're getting the 1 lap sign. We'll go green the next time around with the second 410 Sprint Car qualifier today. So Jeff Halligan, Brock Zierfoss, Freddie Raymer, and now Danny Dietrich on the heat win list. We'll see if we get a repeater or another new heat winner on the season out of this one. Zierfoss on the pole. Pace truck is in. Right now the field is wheel to wheel, wing to wing, going into the start zone down there in turn number 4, and we are going to turn them loose right now. Green flag is out. Zierfoss on the bottom of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2 will grab the early lead. Chad Trout chases him into turns 3 and 4, and it looks like Cole Knopp is going to stop the number 6 over there in turn 2, and that's going to bring the caution out. Looks like some damage to the front end of the car as the wrecker backs into position to pick it up. Cole Knopp's number 6. We'll go with a complete restart, the field double file. Of course, Brock closed out the Central Pennsylvania Sprint Car Racing season last November with that big win over at Baps Motor Speedway. Picked up the win to close out the year here in Central Pennsylvania in sprint car competition. Getting the opportunity to team up with Eichelberger Racing. Jim Shuttlesworth back with Brock to turn the wrenches. And we can anticipate a green flag this time around. Tough break for Cole Knopp as he gets towed back to the pit area. It looked like some front end damage. One of the wheels was bent inward. Possibly some contact there on that initial start. Zierfoss and Trout on the front row, crawling into the start zone down there in turn number 4. We're going to turn them loose and get this one back underway. Green flag is out. Zierfoss into the lead, and we got one flipping end over end. Jacob Allen takes a series of flips into turn number 1, bringing out the red flag. So trouble on the restart with Jacob Allen flipping end over end into the first turn, bringing out the red flag. Also sitting down there, the 17 of Dylan Norris. Fans, good news. Both drivers are okay. A wild flip by Jacob Allen on that restart as a couple cars going to turn him loose and get this one back underway. Green flag is out. Zierfoss into the lead, and we got one flipping end over end.
Quality, integrity, response. Choose Tevis Energy today.
Accident scene being cleaned up. Looks like we've got the 17 that's able to be pushed away as Jacob's car goes up on the hook. Accident scene just about cleaned up, and we will be restarting here momentarily. Still no laps completed out of heat number 2, so this will be another restart coming up. And fans, if you check out the Select Collision Group big screen, I believe we're going to have the replay coming up. Here it is on the big screen as the field charges out of turn number 4. Couple of cars got together, and there goes Jacob, end over end after climbing a wheel into the first turn. Again, the good news is that all drivers have escaped injury. All right, fans, we are back under caution. Field is restarting as the Sioka pace truck brings them off turn number 4. We're going to try this for the 3rd time to get this one underway. Still no laps completed in heat number 2. Fans, we have a third sprint car heat coming up after this one, and then we'll come back with the 2 remaining East Coast Legends heat races, followed by the 410 sprint car B main, a single B main for the East Coast Legends. That'll wrap up qualifying for this afternoon's show. And for the main events today, the sprint cars will be first up, 30 laps in distance, followed by the 20-lap feature for the East Coast Legends. Again, we want to thank everybody for coming out today, and for those of you tuning in across the country, around the world, to today's race on FloRacing. Cole Knopp took this opportunity to rejoin the field, and the 17 is also back out there. Dylan Norris.
Yeah, they're good.
So Knopp and Norris are back on the track after separate incidents here in this second heat. All right, fans, the Sioka Automotive Group pace truck leaving the Speedway. Third attempt to get this one underway as the field heads down the backstretch. Again, 10 laps. 6 will transfer. Brock Zierfoss on the pole. Chad Trout back alongside of him on the front row. And we are going green right now. Here we go. Shuffling through turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch. Zierfoss takes the lead. Trout is second, Frank is third. Coming off turn number 4, 1 lap down on Brock Zierfoss. 67. J.J. Loss in fourth as Frank holds down third. Then it's Joey Amantia and Cameron Smith. Single file. Zierfoss points him out of turn 4, down the front stretch. 3 laps down, 7 to go on Zierfoss. Trout second. Frank is third. Loss is fourth. And we have a battle for that 5th spot between Amantia and Smith. Zierfoss has stretched his lead to almost a straightaway with 4 laps down. It'll be halfway next time around. Brock Zierfoss in a race of his own, working the bomb of the racetrack, coming off turn 4. 5 laps down and 5 to go on Brock Zierfoss. Halfway in the second heat for the 410 sprint cars. Zierfoss working on the completion of lap number 6 this time. 4 to go. Trout second, Frank is third, Loss is fourth. The top 4 breaking away from the rest of the pack. Seven down, 3 to go this time by on Brock Zierfoss, and he continues to hold a substantial lead over Chad Trout. 1.7 seconds, the margin between Zierfoss and Trout the last time by. 2 laps to go. And Brock Zierfoss is looking to become the first repeat heat race winner this season at Lincoln Speedway. He's in command of the field, looking for the white flag this time by. Final lap coming up on Brock Zierfoss. The Jonestown Jet with 1 to go. Down the backstretch for the final time. Zierfoss in a race of his own, coming off turn number 4. Checkered is out, and Zierfoss becomes the first repeat sprint car heat winner this season at Lincoln Speedway. And here he comes, taking a cooling off lap by the front stretch. Brock Zierfoss, your winner. All right, fans, he gets it done in his debut in the Eichelberger Racing number 8, the Jonestown Jet, heat number 2, won by 1.86 seconds. Brock Zierfoss, the winner, and he becomes our first repeat heat race winner for the sprint cars this season. That was his second, also getting a win on opening day. Chad Trout getting the runner-up spot. Chris Frank will go into the redraw. Top 3 finishers go into the redraw today. Finishing 4th, the 67 of J.J. Loss. 5th, the 88J of Joey Amantia. And rounding out your top 6 qualifiers, the 75 of Cameron Smith. All right, fans, here's the starting lineup for the third and final qualifier for the 410 sprint cars this afternoon. Starting on the pole from Manchester, driving car number 41, Logan Rumsey. Outside pole position, your defending track champion from Hanover. In car number 27, Troy Wagaman Jr. Second row, inside third starting spot from Efferton, car number 45, Jeff Halligan. And lining up alongside Halligan in the 4th spot from Liverpool at the wheel of the 11P, TJ Stutz. Third row, inside 5th starting spot from Abbottstown, making his first start of the season, in car number 12, Mike Bittinger. And alongside Bittinger in the 6th spot, looking to make it 2 in a row here in central Pennsylvania from York, in car number 23, Chase Dietz. 4th row, inside 7th starting spot from Salfordville, in car number 51, Freddie Raymer. And alongside Freddie will be his brother in the 88, Brandon Raymer. 5th row, inside 9th starting spot from Wellsville in the 99M, Kyle Moody, and scheduled to start 10th at the back of the pack from Coreyville, driving the 15S, Cole Small. Yep. Legends drivers in heat number 3. We'd like you to start pre-staging and be ready to go. We'll come back with heats 3 and 4 for the Legends drivers. Logan Rumsey in car number 41 will be on the pole. Alongside of him, Troy Wagaman Jr. Again, he's our defending track champion. That was his first ever sprint car championship, driving for Michael Hefner and the Lelands.com. Number 27. They teamed up about midway through the 2023 season. Last year was the first full season for that team, and Troy came away with the championship here at Lincoln Speedway. Also picked up a win at Williams Grove Speedway. 2-time winner here at Lincoln. Jeff Halligan and TJ Stutz in row number 2. Of course, TJ had a great season last year, won his first World of Outlaws race at Williams Grove Speedway. He's lining up 4th in this third and final qualifier in the 11P. Row number 3, we got Mike Bittinger making his first start of the year. Chase Dietz alongside of him. Of course, Chase winning opening day here at Lincoln in the Icebreaker for his new car owners, John and Kelly Stamen, the Stamen Motorsports machine. And of course, Chase bringing along ace mechanic Tommy Carl with that team for this season. Then we got the Raymer brothers, Freddie and Brandon. Row number 4. Row number 5, Kyle Moody and Cole Small. Again, fans, Lincoln Speedway is now on My Race Pass, so be sure to download the app on your phone if you haven't already done so. Also, a brand new website for the season was launched just a couple weeks ago, LincolnSpeedway.com. Lincoln is now on My Race Pass if you want to follow along with the electronic scoring this year. And it looks like we are missing Mike Bittinger from the starting lineup in this one. And Cole Small withdrawing from the race as we prepare to go green this time. Logan Rumsey, Troy Wagaman Jr. on the front row. We're going to drop the green flag, and these guys are going to drop the hammer here at Lincoln Speedway. Third and final heat is underway. Wagaman puts the 27 into the early race lead and will take him down the backstretch. Rumsey chases him out of turn number 4 to complete the first of 10 laps. TJ Stutz into a redraw position in the 11P. Again, the top 3 will go into the redraw again this afternoon for the second race of the season. Chase Dietz holding down 4th in car number 23. Wagaman takes him down the backstretch, stretching his lead to about a half straightaway over Rumsey, Stutz, and Dietz. Chase Dietz trying to zero in on TJ Stutz. He'd like to get into the redraw. Keep your eye on the 23 as he tries to close it up with TJ Stutz in a battle for third. Meanwhile, Troy Wagaman Jr. out in front, working the bottom of the racetrack through turns 1 and 2, down the backstretch, and charging into 3 and 4. Brandon Raymer and Kyle Moody mix it up down there in turns 1 and 2. Little contact down there. And Wagaman has stretched his lead to a straightaway now in a race of his own coming off turn 4. 4 laps to go, 6 down and 4 to go. And Chase Dietz passes TJ Stutz for third, getting into a redraw position for right now. Dietz racing third, Rumsey second. And Troy Wagaman Jr. has checked out here on a Sunday afternoon. 2 laps to go. Wagaman stretching his lead to more than a straightaway with 2 to go in heat number 3. Rumsey a distant second. Again, Chase Dietz has powered into a redraw position, racing third right now. White flag is out. Final lap is coming up. Final lap, final corner for Troy Wagaman Jr. And he wins his first heat race of the season in car number 27. What a drive for the defending track champion Troy Wagaman Jr. checking out in that third and final heat race for the 410 sprint cars by about 3 seconds. That was the margin of victory